Moodi Dennaoui, trainer to the stars, also known in the industry as the Diet Doctor, nutritionist to all the elite athletes, and this is how I train. Hey, my name's Moodi Dennaoui, and today we're going to do a shoulder workout that consists of 4 exercises. We're going to do seated side laterals. We're going to do front dumbbell raises, also seated. Rear laterals for the rear delts. And then we're going to finish off with a hammer strength press.
Let's begin now.
The very first exercise that we're going to be performing, exercise 1, is going to be seated side laterals. Now with seated side laterals, we don't generate any momentum because we're seated, we're not standing, so there's less risk of swinging. When we raise the dumbbells out to the side, we're raising our little finger right at the very top so that it's slightly higher than the thumb, as if you're pouring a glass of water. Now that particular type of motion at the very top of the repetition really isolates the side delt and really contracts the side delt. We're going for 20 to 30 repetitions so we can really tap into those slow twitch fibers. And when you're descending, you're still using a very, very good controlled pace. So it's 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, and there's no necessary pause at the top or a pause at the bottom. We do implement rest pause technique, so if you are fatiguing, you feel like you're fatiguing and you haven't hit that 20 to 30 rep range, we pause, realign our posture, take a deep breath, compose, and then start again. Now, exercise number 2 is the seated front dumbbell raise. With this particular exercise, again, I'm aiming for 20 to 30 repetitions of 3 sets. I've got my hands by my sides in a hammer position, and then as I raise and elevate my hands, I'm slightly rotating so that my palms are facing the floor. I want to come up to about a forehead level. Now the reason for that rotation at the top is that the muscle is then forced to work in a multi-dimensional approach. So you're recruiting more and more muscle fibers. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed and low, the chin upright, and maintain your posture so that when you start from the bottom and raise your arms to the top, you're finding basically the longest range of motion. And when you're covering the longest range of motion, you're recruiting more fibers. The more distance that you have to cover within every repetition, the more fibers that you're going to recruit. Now, exercise number 3 is the rear lateral raise. We're going for 20 to 30 repetitions and we're using 3 sets for this exercise. Today we'll do it on the incline bench. I like to use a hammer grip position when I do this particular exercise. Now I like to stay nice and relaxed with the shoulders, so let the arms sort of hang. And from that particular position, when I do elevate my hands, I find the longest road possible to that point of contraction at the top. I will pause at the top for an isometric contraction to really squeeze and isolate the rear delts before lowering the dumbbells nice and slow. Sometimes I'll stop just before the dumbbells touch each other to maintain continuous tension on the actual rear delt. Now this exercise is very important to keep the arms nice and extended. You can have a subtle bend in the arm, but you don't want to be bent too much. If your subscap starts to feel like it's touching each other, you're recruiting too much trapezius. So you want to keep your shoulders well separated so you activate that rear delt. Exercise number 4, we're going to use a pressing motion. Now, typically people walk into a gym and they will start with a pressing motion because that's when you're strongest. The problem that I find with that is that when you start to press first, yes, you may be able to lift more weight, but the objective for us is to build muscle. So we start to recruit the traps, the triceps a little bit too much. So by pre-exhausting every head of the shoulder and getting that 3-dimensional approach to the shoulder and getting all the fibers nice and activated, when I go into a pressing motion, I'm using nothing but the shoulders. Now I can't lift as much, like I said, but that's not what the objective is. The objective is to get that nice pump and use the muscle that's in question, which is the shoulders. I'm going to do a hammer strength press today. I like the hammer strength press because you get that unilateral approach to the exercise. Each arm is working individually. The unilateral work is very, very important if you're trying to build a symmetrical, nice, aesthetic type of physique. And again, we're aiming for 20 to 30 repetitions, 3 sets. The reason for this type of particular training is to, give the central nervous system a break, give the joints a bit of a break, but still get a nice pump and get those nutrients and those building blocks into the muscle. The pump is more than just what you feel and what you see in the mirror. The pump is an indicator of whether you're eating correctly, are you supplementing correctly. For more training videos, subscribe here or go to MrSupplement.com.au.